Hello everyone, odedex here. Welcome to episode 80 of my S02 Let's Play. Oh my god, 80 already. This is quite a feat. So, I'm at my industrial craft room for a specific reason. You guys may have noticed that this entire power system is gone. Because I got tired of refilling the system with lapotron crystals every single time. So I connected everything to a single wire. And in order to not lose any energy, because over glass fiber cables, you lose 1 EU per 40 blocks. I got myself 3 MFSUs along this line. I think about 35 or 38 glass fiber cables away from each other. So at no single point there are straight 40 of those fiber cables. I'm not losing any energy. And then basically the power is coming out from the same way I was extracting the solar power for my red power stuff. I simply got tired of having to refill those lapotron crystals every single time they disappeared for no reason. So yeah, now the power comes directly to my place. It's a lot more stable. It's not as spiky as it used to be with lapotronic crystals suddenly refilling and suddenly not refilling, and it was quite spiky when it was like that. Now it's pretty good. I've also connected this ender chest back to the network because I started refilling some of the recipes, some of the fabricators requiring EU matter. I decided to start letting them fill. So for example, I think my wood one is already full. Yep, this tin one should be very close to full. I think my copper one is quite bad actually. For some reason there is some priority listing and copper is behind tin for some reason, but yeah, it slowly fills up. And also in some places I added some manual ingredients like iron here just to boost these iron furnaces, and I actually made enough solar panels to create a low voltage one. I also got a very large amount of LED transformers and so on and so on. So in case you have missed, in case you have no clue what's going on, this is the 4th episode. There are 3 previous episodes to what's going on here. This is my mass HV solar array creations factory, and today I'm going to finish it, meaning that my goal is by the end of this episode, being episode 80, there will be a word download below. This factory will be working in the way that if you give it UU matter, you will get HV solar arrays back. So this is the plan by this episode. The actual placing mechanism and so on and so forth, that will be the next episode. Unfortunately, that is too much of a big project to stuff all together just in this small space. So it's time to finish it. I've got my simple solar panel, I've got my low voltage, I got my medium voltage, and it's time to get the high voltage. So let me get my inventory ready for all this good stuff and we can get started. Okay, so let's first start by assuming that I can create it like this. If not, I'm gonna move it. So let's assume that I can create my HVs directly near my medium Vs. So if I place the recipe, that means I'm gonna need HV transformers and mediums. Now mediums are already taken care of, I just need to make sure that I get the HVs. Now the HVs require MV transformers, which I'm already creating here. So it's very likely that I'd like to place this here. Let's see if it's possible. So if this is the recipe for the HV, can I do this? I'm going to supply electronic circuits, double 4 quattro insulation basically, and the energy crystals, all basically 3 items with theoretically I have 2 possible access points. Now this is very simple to craft. This is a little bit more complicated, and this is I'm already crafting someplace else. I'm crafting these guys here. Can I extract them from here? I think that's you know what? I can. But that will be a different network. I can introduce coloring tubes that will solve the problem. Then I can extract directly from here. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Okay, so chipsets I'm gonna bring from there. And these are already taken care of. Let's see. Quattro insulations. I already have the insulations, I think, here. So can I use it again? I think we're simply going to introduce an additional buffer here and use it again. That's not such a big deal. But I will need some of these guys. Okay, so let's have like this. Let's have the buffer come from the bottom. This one will store the energy crystals and the chipsets. You know what? Let's take care of them first, because this may be a little bit of a problem. Let's take care of them first. Let me get what I need. Okay, so I got two colors. I arbitrarily picked yellow and blue. Doesn't really make a difference. Alright, so let's do some changes here. So this filter, let's color this network blue and change the color of whatever this filter brings out as blue. Alright, let's make sure there is no... Okay, there is an inner buffer. She's going crazy at the moment. Okay, my inner buffer is blue. Okay, that's fine. Can I get rid of these cables? Yes, I can. Okay. So this inner buffer is blue. Now introduce an additional filter here. Oh wait, this is yellow, not blue. I kept saying blue, but this is yellow. Okay, sorry. Okay, so yellow paint out of here. This will be blue paint. This is blue. Where's blue? Okay. And the tube right here will be colored blue. And now this tube will need to make its way over here. And I did some changes here. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Actually a lot simpler than it might seem. Instead of going around, just going from the bottom. Okay, so this will bring chipsets every tick. I'm gonna just to make sure that it actually ticks. How can I make sure of that? Let's just change some things. Let's have this be a cover. Remove this. Place the timer and introduce alloy wire. This was also powering this, I believe. Yep. Okay, now it does again. Does it actually give me chipsets? I need to make sure somehow. Do I have some spare chipsets? Somewhere? No. Let's... I'd like to cheat my system and actually craft a lot of them manually for a second to actually see if it works. I can get some refined iron from here. Yep, I have a nice amount. Let's also place another batch for processing. And give this small system a test. I want to make sure, whoops, wrong book. I want to make sure that the filter indeed does take what I want it to take. It doesn't have any hiccups. And unlike the original design, I'm testing every single thing that I'm doing as I'm doing it, so there are no mistakes. At least I try to avoid them. Now I'm gonna need to place the refined iron someplace else. Alright, here works. I'm not seeing anything being ticked. Why is that? What's the problem? Alright, now it got ticked. Okay, there is an issue here somewhere. I am targeting the chipsets, right? This is this one. Okay, let me get another batch and test it differently. Okay, got an additional batch. Let's temporarily kill the recipe here, so it forgets the fact that it needs electronic circuits. Something is killing my game, and my FPS is going crazy. What's doing that? Let me find out. Okay, not sure what that was, but seems to be fixed now. Okay, so I killed the recipe here, so if I create any more of those chipsets, they shouldn't just disappear. I did run out of something. I ran out of copper cables, so let's steal some back from here. Yep. Okay, so put some refined iron. Put some copper cables, refined iron. Oh, whoops, that refined iron was taken someplace else by accident. Over here, or here, or here. Okay, I'm going to need to follow that. Okay, I'm creating chipsets or circuits, and they're not being taken anywhere. Why is that? Does my buffer has a problem? Okay, this does nothing. Or does it? Oh wait, it's holding this timer. It's a problem here. Okay, that was odd. Now what, let's apply actual filters. This will only take electronic circuits, alright? However, should I know? Let's not do that. Oh yeah, it's spitting out all the excess. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, now it should work. I'm placing different materials in adjacent fabricators to do some tests, but the result is, as you can see, sometimes the filters, since they're not actually filters, they just pull whatever they want. That's the result. Yep, that's a problem. Okay, so can do this. But now, in order to actually get... Okay, then let's do this. Okay. So I was creating chipsets. Did they get where they're supposed to get? Yep. Let's create some more. Wrong chest. Let's create some more. What am I short on? Copper cables. Should create some more. And there we go. Okay, chipsets taken care of. Nice. Let's get rid of this. They don't fit in here. Alright, we're good. Okay, so the bottom slot of this buffer will be the chipsets. Let's say now the next part is extremely easy. Those energy crystals are extremely simple. Simply redstone and redstone diamonds, and that's it. It's extremely simple. I think I already created redstone here, but I don't really see a way for me to use it. So let's just... Can I use it after all? This will have to be moved. Okay. I don't want to forget doing that, so let's just replace it right now. So this, and I really don't like the fact that you can't place timer on relays. That would have been so convenient, but you can't, so... Okay, so this timer here. Nah, I'm gonna need another filter for this. Well, I'm gonna need another filter anyway. Okay, let's just do this and get over with it. So this creates redstone. This will create using redstone and diamonds. Whoops. And diamonds will create energy crystals. And I'd actually like to fill that inventory with the ones that I have, so I can get rid of this. Just get rid of them. And this will actually also need diamonds, so I can just place this again near this chest. This one blocks the bottom slot, but I don't need the bottom slot, top slot. And if you missed the previous episode, I figured out what was the problem. You can go and watch that. Basically, very simply, I had a problem with fabricators do not interact with their top slot, and I didn't know that, and it caused me a lot of problems. But it should be taken care of now. Okay, so this will be diamonds. Again, let's fill up the fabricator buffer with the actual diamonds so I don't overcreate them, even though diamonds are always cool. No need here. Okay, so this has energy crystals. Filter. Oh, it was fine. Like this. We'll be going into here. Need a cover. And I'm gonna need probably some more tubes. No, exactly. And just need to time it somehow. Let's have this here, and the timer here, here, and here. Alright, and so I've got taken care of crystals and electronic circuits. The last part is the X4 installations. So let's get that recipe. By the way, am I getting the crystals? Yep, okay, so they're getting crystals here. That's awesome. I already got the spare ones. Pretty good. So I need rubber here and HV cables. Rubber will be easy. Can just... Okay, I need some more tubes. Let me get them. Okay, so got my tubes. Let's see. For this, I'm going to need rubber and HV cables. So for rubber, very simply, I'm going to just have a buffer here. Just like this. And rotate it like this. Separate with a cover from here. And just get tubing network. Oh, no, 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 no. It's gonna create a mess. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, whew. That was close. Oh, wait. What? Actually, that was fine. I mixed up copper and the rubber. Whoops. That was perfectly fine. So, block this. Let's remember this is a machine, so just block it like this. Okay, and now I can store also rubber here. So rubber taken care of. Last part is this. Just gonna need to pull advanced iron, refined iron somehow, somewhere. I actually have no method whatsoever to extract refined iron, and it does also seem like there won't be anyway soon. Yep, 3 fabricators around it are using refined iron, and I'm probably going to change this then. This fabricator will need to change. This feeds what? This feeds this. Yep, it's gonna have to change. There is no nice way to handle this. Okay, let's just place the fabricator first here. So there's no other room, pretty much, to create these guys. which will require refined iron. Okay, this one making machine blocks will have to change. It will actually make machine blocks around here, and it will separately pull them. Okay, so let's have this being a buffer. This no longer pulls machine blocks, but instead just pulls straight refined iron. Let's also make sure there is no error here. I think actually never pulled a machine block before. Yep, it's still empty. Surprisingly enough. So this breaks, this also breaks. And this goes like this. Cover, cover, and paintbrush. And a tube. And also all the wire. Okay. So now, here, I'm creating machine blocks. And I'm also sending the rest of it directly here. Another cover, another buffer facing up, and this. Okay, so the refined iron will be pulled from this furnace. Again, it has a different priority. First, it being pulled on a timer. And second, this has a priority of only 1 refined iron. This is a priority of 3 refined iron. And this is pulled on a timer and 2 seconds delay. So this is kind of a very low priority, pretty much the lowest, I think. It gets pulled. This is a closer inventory, so it goes here. 5 stacks will create machine blocks. Good thing I took a look. I may have forgotten that. Create a machine block that will be pulled on a timer into the respective buffer, which I don't actually recall what it was made for. I think it was this, right? Yeah, buffer is for this. My MV transformers. And the rest of it, when it's full, goes into this buffer, which will create refined iron, which will create HV cables, then create X4 HV cables with this rubber, which will create HV transformers using energy crystals and electronic circuits from this buffer, which are both, which eventually will create a high voltage solar array, which will be placed on a timer, on a filter, will be also separated from here and make its way over to this awesome golden chest, which is temporary, of course. Can I get rid of some of this iron? I can do that. I can place some of it here and some of it here. This needs to wake up. It has awoken. Now creates this. This can create, already did create some 4 HV transformers. Some more energy crystals will be moved and we'll be able to create more, I think. Or not, it's low on something. It's low on... What is it low on? Energy crystals, it has. MV, it has. Electronic circuits. Okay. Suffered from a heart attack, it seems. Should work. Yeah. It seems to be an issue with the red power buffers and the fabricator. Sometimes it requires a block update, sometimes it doesn't, I don't know what. But pretty much officially, I think this factory is complete. Now the best way to test it will be to feed it a ton of UU matter, but the entire 100 and so stacks that I did have are already fed in here. Most of them, to be honest, are wasted into those diamonds, and there is no real way for me to test it other than actually feeding it some of the materials, like actually placing copper in here instead of UU matter, and so on and so on. So let me get what I want to officially test it, and hopefully this will work. Okay, so this entire thing requires a lot more than iron, but iron is a big component here, which I'm actually very short on, mostly because of the priority list. Iron requires 5 UU matter to create, and it's very low there in the priority list. So I brought some of it to start. Also, first change into refined iron. Mostly that's the big component that is required, and you can see it's already starting to create those chipsets. It should also, as you can see, start create the actual solar arrays, simple solar panels. And oh, it forgot the recipe for the electronic circuits. I made it forget, and I forgot to reteach it. So let's steal one of those electronic circuits and teach this again. It should be able to also start crafting some more of them. Now for some reason this is not working as fast. Okay, now this is not creating because it's low on copper. Then again, something which is quite low on the priority list and it's being moved. So this is again back to this thing that all those buffers needs to be filled up before it can actually start producing it in a solid state. But until then, it should work. Filling the buffers actually seems quite fine. Filling the buffer is part of the machinery, of course. When you think about it, when the factory is fully operational, you will only have one inventory. In theory, only one inventory will be permanently empty, and every time it receives just a tiny bit of UU matter, or a tiny bit of whatever material it needs, it will then extract from all the other inventories which are full, or close to full, and then all of them will again level up to full state, and that again, that last inventory that needs to be filled up will be filled up again and create whatever the next HV. Now to actually to pick it out, whichever one of the inventories is the one, I'm pretty certain it's something to do with the iron. Yeah, iron is a very large component here. Also taking into consideration the fact that it's 5 UU matter. You may say that diamonds are the problem, but you only need one diamond per. I live in Go Bold and say only one per HV. Yep, you need only one diamond per HV, and you need a metric ton of iron per HV. So yeah, it's probably this will be the problem. Only time will tell, though. I'll let it run. You know what? I'm gonna feed it a ton of refined iron, see how it goes. Good thing I brought this MFSU here and let it build up. I think it had a full charge, and now I'm spilling all this iron in here, letting it cook, and it drains very, very fast. But at least it does its job well. And you can actually also see that what I did here seems to work fine. It creates the machine blocks, and also eventually they also get created into the transformers. This entire thing, all those buffers will get filled up. The HV transformer will get filled up, then the MV transformer, the LV, these are already full actually, so they're getting kind of a ping-ponged back and forth between being full and being empty. There is some issues with rubber, because rubber is 4 UU matter, and I think I'm still not full on tin, which is, oh, I'm just now full on tin. I guess next is copper. Resin is 4, tin is 3, but now copper is also 3, so I guess this should be next in line when I get some more UU matter. And as I've said in the previous, not the before, yeah, there we go, I got copper. As I've said in the beginning, I've connected my original, basically the heart of my, what's this doing here? The heart of my UU matter chest back into my mass fab, so it keeps collecting slowly. And now, pretty much I think I can declare this as working, although I'm gonna stamp the working until it's broken title here. It does seem to work fine, but then again, my red power quarry also seemed to have been working fine until it was broken. Seems to work fine. So basically next up is actually getting an HV solar array and setting up the logic to start placing it automatically and start feeding and keep feeding all the energy into one fabricator, creating more and more and more UU matter over time. So cycle can be at the beginning from one HV solar array every 30 minutes to an unrealistic one HV solar array every 10 seconds or something. Or probably limited by the speed of the fabricators. So this just I'm imagining here. It's probably not gonna happen, but who knows? Well, anyway, as always, this is the 10th episode, episode number 80. So there will be a world download below. Pretty happy with the result. Finally got to fix this and get this done. So it actually looks quite nice. When you have to separate them, when you can't place them on top of each other, although you do have to get used to all those relays and buffers and all those things around, and the tubes, of course, it actually looks quite nice. I like the way it looks. It has a very nice look to it, and when it will be fully working, you're also going to have all those animations, the blocking animations on top of them. So, for example, if I place this in here, very soon you're going to start see things moving again over this section probably. Yeah, there you go. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.